We left Volga behind. The endless expanses of Russia stretched before us now. Regretfully, Duke was not destined to see them. Was his death a fault of mine? Was everything that happened on the bridge? It could be. It's a cruel world that we live in, and it's not our responsibility to fix it. We only wanted to pass through, and it was not my fault they screamed for blood. Their zealousness reminded me of the metro, where people are indoctrinated into a lie, that the world is dead and there's nowhere to go. Anyone who questions it gets fed a different lie, that the war is still going on. Here it's electricity is a sin. Same difference, really.
Artyom. Artyom. Wake up, dear.
Is he up yet? Artyom, the colonel wants you on the bridge. See you later.
Come on, wake up. I'm so sorry about Duke. He was just a boy, really. He kept asking me for advice on how to become more attractive to a girl he knew, what to say to her. He couldn't wait to come back to her, proudly wearing scars and medals. Stay here for a bit, Artyom. This is great. I wish I could stay like this forever. Artyom, when you climbed those ruins back in Moscow, with your radio, did you imagine our life on the surface at all? A home, for one. A place where we could live. A log cabin on the outskirts of a forest. Or how about a bungalow on an ocean shore? Oh, you know, there's something great in simply going anywhere like this. Together. Through the abandoned stations, the ruins, the wasteland. Especially in our own private compartment. Thinking back, isn't this our honeymoon trip? It certainly feels like one, even though it's a bit late. We've only had some honeymoon sorties at best so far. Alyosha keeps telling everyone Duke could have jumped off the bridge in time. The others are also holding well, but I just unraveled. Of course, I had friends die before. He wasn't looking for death, Duke. He did volunteer for the most dangerous missions, but didn't expect to die. He was looking up to Stepan, Dad. You. Especially you. And he didn't die for nothing, did he? He wanted us to get there, to Yamantau. He wanted us to tell them about Moscow, how we survived there and still haven't given up, how we've been hiding it for so long. But when I think of it being you, and not even knowing for sure, I'd never be able to live through it. So, you think I should just let it all out? I don't think that would make me feel better. Leaving already? Well, go get them, Tiger.
Canal, come in! Canal, over! That's just... great. Well, I'll try later. Attention! Attention! This is the Special Restoration Committee speaking from the Ark Project base. Everyone who can hear me, everyone still loyal to the cause. Proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code 1811-79. Area 18-5. I repeat, proceed to the rally point. Rally point location is code 1811-79. Area 18-5. Only by standing together shall we overcome any and all obstacles. Why are you guys kissing Menchikov's ass so much? How long has it been since he even arrived in Irkutsk? Not even 2 years.
You better reconsider your position on Meshtikov. Did you forget who started trading with the convicts from Zolotoy? Huh?
Well, that was Zakhar's idea. And Zakhar is the man. He crossed Baikal. Alone. We'd sign to do anything he proposes at once. While Menshikov, they couldn't care less about.
Aren't you getting too big in your head? You're so cool now that the relay gang is off your case? Don't fall off that high horse.
Go to hell, Dan. All right. I can live with listening to Menshikov if you're so fond of him.
Enough of that shit already. The important part is that Irkutsk is still around, and you guys are too.
You're right. That is the important part. Well, give my regards to Menshikov. Over and out.
You devil. Over and out.
How long have we been on the road for? I've been listening to the radio too. And there was not a single transmission about any occupying force. There's so much regular chatter. So many stories. Dad says all those are coded transmissions, that they all have hidden meaning, but why would they be so secretive? Why aren't they using this railroad? Why don't they at least control its key junctions? Why did they not install any roadblocks? If they are even out here. This is the main transport artery, after all. Maybe they are not here at all. Maybe they never came here, or they are already gone. Though, where to? Remember? Neither Katya nor Crest have ever met them. Right. I've got to get myself under control. Go. Dad wanted to see you. Though we seem to be doing just fine even
Uncle
without them.
Talkative has already
It's
set
like
his
the Middle
shop up.
Ages.
Wanna go look? It's so cool. Here, Uncle Artyom.
Hi, Artyom. See my new place? Fit for a king, I must say. What do you think of this workbench, eh? Everything is within reach, yet there's so much space left. Most of the stuff you and the guys found outside and gave to me went into making this workshop happen. So thank you. We'll have to keep pitching in like this too. Looks like we're facing a long journey, and useful things like ammo or equipment don't grow on trees. Plus, the further from Moscow we get, the harder they'll probably be to get. So don't forget to collect all the materials you find to keep us going. There's so many things to do. I haven't decided where I'm going to work on the suits, but I'll have to, and soon. And it's high time we fixed our uniforms. Some of our people are starting to look pretty ragged, you know? Duke's plate carrier didn't hold the back plate anymore. And he just kept joking about it. What was I? Well, I'll be working here from now on. Well, that's it. I bragged enough and won't waste any more of your time. The Colonel summoned you. Well, I have stuff to do too. You guys are fast to break gear, but none too expedient to fix it.
Uncle Talkative! Uncle Talkative!
What would you like to ask, Nastya?
Uncle Talkative, do you have a sewing machine?
No, I don't.
But how are you going to fix the suits then?
Well, like everyone else, I take a thread and a needle, and I use a sail stitch.
Wow, cool! Can you teach me?
I sure can, but later. I've got work to do.
Will you let me fix Sam's rifle strap?
Well, sure thing. Oh, but under supervision. Sam is so strict, you know.
Hurrah! And Uncle Sam isn't strict at all. He's kind.
All right, look here. I'll show you once. Now we do this.
I see.
Yes, and now this way.
Yes.
You have got to be careful here. See?
Got that.
Yes, and now this way.
Yes.
Oh, smoke break. That's good. Oh, this is one mean smoke. Damn, this is rough. Well, nothing we couldn't take. Well, you're the right kind of guys. You, the Colonel, Duke, that guy did a swell job on that bridge. He was a great guy. May he rest in peace, yeah. So, yeah, what did I want to say? Yes. Thank you. You people accepted me, and I'm a simple guy. I will pay that debt back, okay? So, how do you like it out here after your tunnels? Freedom, huh? Sure thing. So much space. It feels too empty to me, though. Just reeds and ruins and those damn mutants. Hate them. Phew. No, you guys are gonna see the government. So, bratuха, don't be mad, but just tell me, what the hell do you even need them for? Well, of course, it might be interesting to take a look, but throughout all of my rambling, I only met two kinds of ex-government people. Dead ones and gang leaders. And let me tell you, the latter are much worse than your typical bandit. They just have to make a speech before doing something awful. So what I mean, I didn't really care about the government even before the war, much less now, when everything's long since gone to shit. So what for, really? I'm a simple man, Artyomich. I told I'm with you, that means I'm with you for the long haul. But I'd much rather find a nice place to live at than go see the government. Of course, they could give us luxury bunkers or something. Well, Artyom, you seem cold. Go get warmed up a bit, I'll smoke some more. Have stuff to think about. Or just stay. We have enough space now.
Artyom, come on in and have a seat. Stepan's putting on a live performance here.
Here's one of my favorites.
Well, guys, to Duke's memory.
Look, stop with this funeral mood. It is Duke we are talking about. Do you recall how he came back from the library? Same thing here.
Well, yeah, that time he pulled a fast one on us. We had the drinks ready. Sam said everything. Was a good speech, too.
Hey, Artyom, the colonel's waiting for you on the bridge.
Well, that is true. Don't be shy. So, Sam ends his speech, and then Duke asks, "Where's my drink?"
So that is why I say we should wait. He came back from that library. And this is nothing. We will pick him up on our way back.
If we leave to go back.
Oh, come on!
Well, I just think we should still drink to Duke's memory. And if he's alive, that's only a good omen. Sam, what do you say?
I'll drink later. Gotta finish cooking.
Okay. Let's drink!
All right, let's. It's rough.
Yeah, kinda rough.
By the way, speaking of omens, let's have a service for him once we come across another church.
Duke didn't believe, and having met Salantius, I'm also wavering.
Well, Salantir's god is definitely a lost cause. But I imagine Duke would like Valhalla. A paradise where fallen heroes spend eternity feasting and fighting. A good fit for all of the people we lost.
Yes, this is worth having another drink for. To our guys having fun in Valhalla!
Come here, Artyom. Listen. I had a talk with the Ark. All thanks to Tokarev. He got the decoder working.
Ark, come in. Come in, Ark. Over. This is Ark? Identify yourself. Over. This is Colonel Svetoslav Myelnikov speaking. I'm in command of a special operations force. We have received your signal and are currently heading your way. Do you copy? Over. Yes, yes. Hear you loud and clear. Who am I talking to? How do I address you? Deputy Chief of Communications Department, Major Ivanov. A moment. Oh, yes, Major. I understand that the checkup is in order. Great, Colonel. Melnikov? Simply capable. I am sorry for the lack of trust, but as you know, the situation is dire and the enemy is always ready to strike. I do understand, Major, and I hope that you can tell the leadership that my people are true to their duty and will be at their full disposal as soon as we arrive. Over. Thank you for the great news. How large is your force, Colonel? I have a squad of the best operatives the Special Forces have to offer. A squad? I see. Well, this is great. Great! Yes, we aren't a large force, but we bring a message of extreme importance. We are heading towards you from Sector K6 Alpha. Do you have any data on enemy forces we might encounter on the way? Over. Just a moment, I have to check. K6, Alpha, you say... as far as I can see, there have been no enemy encounters reported in the area, Colonel. I regret. I must end our conversation here, but know that we are waiting for your arrival. I am making my report immediately, and I am sure the Minister of Defense will be eager to see you. This is a great honor. Thank you. Just a few words more, though. What is the general situation there, Major? Please. Colonel, sir, you do understand this is classified information. But I do understand you. We are doing fine. Do not worry. Well, see you in the Ark. Over and out. I serve the people. Over and out.
this now, you doubting Thomas? I'm so excited my hands are still shaking. The minister himself! This is incredible! By the way, Artyom, you should take a look at the map. As you can see, we are heading almost straight for the Yamantau complex. Katya and Crest tell me that the line there is in decent condition. Surprising, really, taking into account the number of priority targets there. So we can hope for smooth sailing from here, and right to the very destination. It's not even that far, but our speed depends on the state of the track. So I think it's going to take us quite some time to get there. So, Yermak, where were we?
You were saying, it's all about results.
Ah, yes. These soft-bellied attitudes must stop. The ends do justify the means.
Well, I don't object. But not all ends can be called just.
Exactly. And this is why I have been waiting for a chance like this for ages. And now everything seems to be coming together. It's the government. Don't you understand?
Oh, but of course.
You don't seem to quite grasp the importance, which is unexpected, especially after the news you just heard.
Yes, well, say there is a government. So what? We spent so many years apart, so why worry now?
Ah, but don't you see? They probably knew nothing about us. With the sheer power of enemy strikes directed at Moscow, they never expected so many of us to survive. And now we get to tell them Moscow still lives. And not only that, it also preserved a functioning civilization. Do you get that? All these years we were fighting a losing battle for mere survival. And now we have a new goal.
And what would that goal be?
You don't get this, do you? The command center should have all of the command and control networks. All They should know where all the nukes hit. Complete fallout maps. They have everything. Information rules the world. And Metro is chock full of people. Put two and two together, we could repopulate the country. Of course, not at once. First, we might have to take the country back. But we'll be doing this under...
Nice, sure. By the way, I meant to ask for some time now. How did you learn about the Yamantau bunker, Colonel?
Oh, the information about the Ark project I have is beyond a doubt. I'm saying this as a GRU officer. I had colleagues working there, preparing evacuation plans. So I've been briefed into it officially.
So, now we just have to get there. And we will. We will. The journey won't be easy, though.
We were never looking for an easy way.
Yes. I've been thinking about that for a long time. The center. Hey guys, there's something I've been thinking about. What does everyone expect of this trip? Duke used to say that he just couldn't spread his wings back home. He was too eager to win that girl over with heroics. He thought that outside he'd have space for that.
And why did you come?
Well, my heart is aching for true romance. But in the metro, all women want a solid relationship, a reliable husband, a real provider. Enough of that smug smile. It's unbearable. Not that I've had much better luck here so far. As soon as Katya came aboard, Stepan started cooing around her like a peacock.
For the market.
You should be
10
happy.
days passed,
Katya's a
and I
tough
still
girl.
kept it
You'll
in.
be under her thumb in no
I just sat
time.
there with a needle in my hand and didn't see anything. It was all black before my eyes. And then she snuggles up to me and says, "You should cry, Ma. You will feel better." Sienna used to say it. So I cried and cried. She knows. She knows it all.
I'm sorry, Katya. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell you how we ended up at the bridge. We used to live in northeast from here, quite close if you go in a straight line. But it took us a month. Everything's bombed to rubble out there. Yermak asked me and I told him. Sini used to say there were lots of military factories out there. Not just military, of course. General industry. And now you can't pass through there even with filters. The radiation is so high. No railway either, just crater upon crater. We were quite far, but our counter still went crazy. One route appeared intact. There was nothing to bomb. So we used that one, thinking we'd get further to the west, but of course they did not let us cross the bridge with the diesel. They said it was satanic. They were ready to let us stay if we gave them the diesel to cleanse it. So we stayed. And then we couldn't leave, even if we wanted. That old goat, Father Silentius, brainwashed everyone, so they would just pray and bow nonstop. They broke our diesel down with their bare hands and threw it into the river. Purification. And on top of it, they gave us trouble for not helping them. Ksenia went to check what was going on, and there were only locals there, because Silentius at the Skatina had sent our people away to test them. He said that if they wanted to be truly accepted, they had to defeat a demon. Ksenia went to stop them. But it was too late. He only found burnt rags. And then they sent him to do the same. He never came back.
Katya, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Well, you really didn't. What's done is done. It kind of got so glum in here. Perhaps you, Stepan, could play us something.
Sure thing.
Oh, Artyomich, another smoke break. Good. This, life thing. Pretty rough, huh? But you can't do anything about it. Now, you people in Moscow, you used to live underground. I guess that's why you all look kind of pale. Quite different from my place. I hail from Kadui village. It's near Cherepovets. You heard of it? Yeah, well, no wonder. Looks like you're having too many smokes. Family trouble? That was a joke. A joke. Just stand here. Let's talk some more. Our place was the middle of nowhere before the war. There was no point spitting at us, much less wasting bombs. So, it wasn't all that bad at the start. The townsfolk were joking that it was a good thing since their credit slates were all wiped clean. But when the nuclear winter came, they weren't as merry anymore. Didn't used to be that hot even before that, but now, even the fucking thermometers froze. Though I wasn't really educated or anything, I'd always liked science, so I knew the winter would come. The moment the bombs started falling, I knew I had to move south before the snow got too thick. Fixed an old truck, hopped on, never looked back. Didn't even come close to the large cities. Moscow and such, they were the main targets, of course. The villages weren't much better off, though. There was awful shit going on. Atrocities of the kind you don't even want to recall. Yeah, at the time I was getting kinda unhinged myself. The first winter I spent alone in a lair like a bear. Took over a grocery shop's underground storage. Food kept well in that cold. And that cold lasted a few years, with frost bouts happening even in the sun. Became impossible to survive alone, so later on I would try to find company for the winters. Some were good people, others were real assholes. As the years went by, the good people became more of a rarity, you know. And some really nasty animals started appearing too. Near the areas bombed to rubble, the forest turned red. Always red. And there emerged those two-headed deer. Well, they are real lookers. And they eat, well, they're even worse than they look. There's this mutant nettle that grows on dead bodies and always moves like it's alive. Well, you will know it when you see it. So, that nettle is what they eat. That's how the locals find it. When you see a deer, that means there's a body nearby. The deer just wait for the nettle to grow. Boy, does it grow fast. The locals dry it and smoke it. Oh, those smokes were the roughest I've ever had. No wonder, really. So, I basically ended up going all over the place, almost reached Astrakhan. The winters there were a bit better, but that place had problems of its own. I mean, the local bandits have been capturing people running from the cold, selling them further south. I had to run in with them too. Had to present my truck to one asshole there. Though soon I fixed this rail car and started trading stuff, earning some cash, masquerading as a bandit not to stand out too much. But let me tell you, watching the things they did was too tough. So, as soon as the sky cleared and winter receded, I decided to move east, since there's a lot of space there, not as many people. And on my way there, I got stopped by Silantius and his cult, and that's how it goes, bratucha. That's my story. Life sure is interesting.
That Silantius is treating people like slaves, getting them killed. can't believe they had it worse without his lies, nonsense, and human sacrifices. And us? We had been living down there for so many years, fighting each other, and nobody even thought you could live outside. I talked to Katya. They had a tough life, and that Salantius really kept them in his grip. Those people are basically slaves, working all day, praying all night, under constant watch, killed for even the slightest wrong. They don't get sold, but that's probably just because Salantius has no use for money. They brought it upon themselves, and yet they survived through all these years. It is their home, after all. How many homes like this lie ahead? Are we going to break every door down? Are we going to become enemies to dwellers of those homes? Are we going to lose somebody in each? Who's next? You? Sorry, I'm just not myself. Do you think that when we come back to Metro, they will believe us? They who live there, bury their folks there, feed their children with rat meat. I agree with Father when he says it was the only way to preserve civilization. But what do you think they will find easier to believe? That they'd be able to get out to the surface and live there like they once did? Or that they'd spend 20 years underground for nothing, just because secrecy demanded they stay there? Just because they didn't have the fucking security clearance? I simply don't know, Artyom. I only know that even if we ever go back there, and it's a big if, I'm definitely not staying. My home is here, somewhere on the surface. I just don't know where yet. And thank you, Artyom. No matter what Dad says, thank you for leading us outside. I'm sorry. All right, I'll stop going on.